The views and opinions during this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the sponsors or executive producers. This program contains conversation, discussion, debate, which a truly free society would neither fear nor suppress. However, in some socially inept areas, certain religious fanatics and ultra-sensitive and extreme political affiliates violate your First Amendment rights by attempting to control what you watch, listen to, write, and speak. We feel that this is unconstitutional and un-American. And now we present the MKULTRASOUND podcast. Live from Studio Diablo in Chicago, Illinois, this is MKULTRASOUND.
Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man.
We're back in the studio. I have Nick Huffman with me, our first guest, pretty much our favorite guest. Man. Good to see you. Cassie Belazic's in. We've got shit to talk about.
Hi.
Last week we did the Mortis thing, man. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
My friend from Norway. Yeah, we got a lot of great feedback. Everybody loved the interview. He talked about some things that he doesn't talk about with most people, and that was fun. And we still have to talk about more things, so I think I'm gonna have him call in once he's off the U.S. tour back in Norway, and we're gonna bring him on, kind of like we did Rob when he was talking about politics. Yeah, that was fun. And then that was fun. Except for Reggie just sucks to shoot shows, right? For you,
I'm not a huge fan. The lighting is just not the greatest.
True. And so Angel's coming. They're playing the May 9th and 10th. The 9th, they're playing in at the Arcada in St. Charles. I think we'll do the show there. The following night's Mother's Day, and hopefully I'll take Valerie Kenwell, is going to be up here from Texas for her daughter's graduation. So we'll go both nights. And so yesterday I went to the Lunar New Year parade up in Little Vietnam, and I took your old bartender Stacy Washak with me. And what's that?
Hold on, what is Little Vietnam?
It's right up the street. It's a
like, is that an official thing? Like, you can, if you're going to Chicago, you can Google Little Vietnam and read about it and shit?
Little Saigon, yeah, it's up the street. It's pretty cool for restaurants. So we went there, and for this parade, a lot of people took our pictures. So we're going to show up on all these websites, on the neighborhood websites. They kept taking our pictures for some weird reason. People were filming us. And they had, Mike Bloomberg had these signs made for Chinese and Vietnamese, like signs that said Chinese for Bloomberg 2020 and Vietnamese for Bloomberg 2020, but none for the Japs and none for Koreans. I'm like, how can you not include the other people or Asians?
I don't think you're supposed to say Japs anymore. I think they took that one away from you too.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know what Bloomberg's up to, but I think that one's off the table. Okay. Then
I learned about Paul. We went to this restaurant, and Stacy's never had ethnic food before, and so the menu was huge, and she ordered this chicken fried rice, and she told me about this is going to lead into something I want to talk about. The Polar Pop girls.
Oh, shit.
So, Nick, what's a Polar Pop girl? And you started telling me, I'm like, no, save it for the show because this is good. I wondered if there's hookers in Kankakee. So, there are.
So, allegedly, there's a route in Kankakee that starts kind of by one of the hospitals and ends kind of by the dam at the gas station where they sell Polar Pops.
This wasn't allegedly 20 minutes ago, by the way.
Well, I'm just saying,
your buddy's here.
Allegedly, because, I'm not trying to ruin their fucking hustle. That'd be a dickhead thing.
True.
Right. Because if I was given official information, the authorities would probably have to act on that. But if I say allegedly, that means just I'm some dummy on some radio show, which I am.
Exactly.
If you don't believe me, just ask me. So.
Go ahead.
We got my February filter on, clearly. So what they do is up till the gas station and back, they'll have that Polar Pop cup, which they'll refill at the point when they get to the gas station, but they'll also have alcohol in that cup. So when a John would come up and say, hey,
Date.
or whatever the fuck they say, I don't know because I don't pick up hookers. I don't even like them as people. Well, that wasn't nice of me, but you know what I'm getting at. When she'll say, would you like a drink? The cop can never take a drink.
Because it has liquor in it.
Correct, because it's got liquor in the cup. So that's the hustle, and they call them the Polar Pop girls. And for the sake of my mail lady, I just want to state that they're all girls who have serious issues and underlying problems, and they need help, people, not to be made fun of.
Isn't that crazy? You can smoke weed now on camera legally?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have bothered me before any, but...
Oh, you had a medical card there, right?
Right.
Before, yeah, so yeah.
Show enough.
Oh, so you don't get those taxes.
Cassie, I want to get into the big thing from last week. Last Sunday, Kobe Bryant died, and apparently the other 8, other than his daughter, the other people who died in that plane don't matter. But MSNBC reported on it, and the websites like World Star couldn't help but jump on this. So I want to play this, what MSNBC reported.
You couldn't deny how much he brought to the team, no matter which team, which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us, we're going to go to Bill Roden. He's joining me.
So everybody wanted to hear the N-word there. She said Nakers because she mixed up the Knicks and the Lakers.
I honestly, that's what I think happened.
I heard K right away, but
Same.
people want drama. People couldn't wait to jump on this thing, and they petitioned to fire her.
No, and what I would guess is what's her name? Does anyone even know?
Allison Morris.
Okay, if you were to look up her credentials,
Probably not a sports fan.
I'm going to guess that she's not the Ben Stein of fucking sports.
Right.
Okay, this is just some woman talking out her ass because that's what they asked her to do about something. I couldn't even tell you if Kobe Bryant was still playing. I mean, today's not obviously, but a week ago, I would have no idea because I don't watch basketball. So, with that being said, I might stumble on a team's name, and the Knicks are one of the biggest teams out there, and it sounds like she just tried to save it halfway through.
And so she posted earlier today while reporting on the tragic news of Kobe Bryant's passing. I unfortunately stuttered on air, combining the names of the Knicks and the Lakers to say Nakers, which is obvious if there's a K there. It wasn't a G. Please know I did not and would never use a racist
Everybody who's got an ounce of common sense in their fucking head knows that that's not what was going on. She was still fired. So if I were her, this is what my Twitter would look like, and I'd be a fucking millionaire. I'd put, don't act like y'all don't remember the LA riots.
True, LA.
Drop that fucking
That should be
mic.
a basketball team, the LA Riots.
Probably.
Bunch of fucking white people.
They'd probably be first in the league for stealing.
Bases. No, they do steal bases. My executive producer, Mark, just texted me. I'll get to that when we play a song. I wanted to talk to you about, so I couldn't talk about it last weekend when it was hot, but we have a madam in Chicago, Jessica Nesbitt, and she got
on
busted
the west
for
side. You sent
running
me
this
that.
brothel. Yeah, and so she's hot, she's pretty. I know her. She's a friend, and we met at Riot Fest in 2016. And I was with one of her coworkers, Kara, Kay, who's a friend of hers, and we're hanging out at Riot Fest. And then after Riot Fest, they said, we'll take you down here, and they gave me the tour of this place, which is fucking nice.
That was your ministry played, correct?
No, it was
16.
No, Danzig headline in place of Motorhead. I was on Danzig's list. I got on Danzig's list. So we go there, and I'm with Brian Stoneman, and so the girls after the show, they said, well, come with us, we'll give you some drinks. They take me to this brothel, which is 5 floors. It was high-end, nice. They let us make our own cocktails. We hung out. They gave us a tour where all the perverts go to get beat or dress up like babies and shit in diapers and all that shit. But this place was nice. Jacuzzi on the roof, 5 floors. And then she drove us, like she'd taken me home. We went to a bar, hung out till last call. Super fucking amazing businesswoman, made millions. And they're coming down on her hard. They want her head. And
that was a good pun, Alex.
And get this.
Coming down on her hard.
Jussie Smollett walks. Jussie Smollett walks. And this fucking girl who provides a service, there was no sex trafficking because they didn't kidnap anybody. No, they were all like great looking women. Nobody did anything against their will. It wasn't like she was running.
I noticed because you sent me the story.
Yeah.
And
so
I read
what did
it.
you think of it?
There's a couple things that stuck out at me.
Please.
That were weird.
Thanks.
The first, that this happened in multiple states. There was California, Washington, Indiana, Wisconsin,
right.
And
so that's where they got our
hold on, there was Indiana, Wisconsin,
interstate,
and Washington,
DC.
Right, but what I thought was funny is that aside from the West Coast, they were all swing states. That stuck out to me right away.
Nice.
The second, it was Indiana, Wisconsin. Fuck. You have to look up the.
No, I got it right here.
Oh, here it is.
She was so
It's gonna
fucking
drive
hot.
me nuts.
She's so hot.
The second that they put her on house arrest.
Okay, California, Washington, Florida, Indiana, Nevada, and Wisconsin.
Nevada, there you go. So Florida, Indiana, Nevada, and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. That was just weird.
So now they put her on house arrest last week.
House arrest, like that'd be Nick. Don't eat chicken. You're on Colonel Sanders' arrest.
They told her, the judge said, find another line of work. She's stuck. She can't even get hired as a stripper. No.
It said that she can't use any of the tools. So she's not allowed to masturbate while her trial's going on. Apparently, that's one of the things. Like, isn't her hands and mouth one of the tools? Technically, so she can't fucking do anything. This is bullshit. Democrats will do anything.
I want to say this. I want to go. I know where she lives. I want to go over there with the pizza and hang out. I really like this chick a lot, and
I'll film it.
She ran a business. That's it. I liked the business she ran. It was fucking cool. She even drove us. We didn't pay anything. I got the drink free at her fucking place of business, and she drove us on her money, her car, her time, and hung out as a fucking rock and roll chick. But I guess if you're not a freak, then a normal looking white girl, they're gonna take it down in this city. But Jussie Smollett walks.
That's a tough one. When one of my buddies actually was approached about prosecuting that case.
The one I'm talking about.
The Jussie Smollett, yeah.
Okay.
And he and I talked for hours on what to do because he wasn't sure what the right play was. And I don't know that there is a right play because there's always that part of me that always wants to fight for the underdog, which means you go nail that motherfucker to the wall because that's what he deserves. But on the flip side, you can't be the guy who did that. It's career suicide.
I assume you saw the Chappelle stand-up that he just did on Netflix.
Honest to God.
Yeah, he talked about Jussie.
Every time that,
it was great.
I believe he pronounced it as a French-Canadian.
Jussie Smollett.
There you go.
Juicy.
I've told everybody who's brought that up this since then, and I didn't care much about Chappelle one way or the other, okay? I didn't love him. I didn't hate him. There were some skits that were brilliant, but for every one I loved, there were 5 that I So he was that guy to me, and this was the most relevant comedy set of my lifetime, hands fucking down.
Yeah, everything he did say, he was funny. It was good. And Bill Burr had one right after that.
And he was checking them right off the fucking list. Yep. Oh, we're going to make fun of suicide.
The first one was Bourdain. The first one he jumped on was the Bourdain thing. Yeah, nobody.
Man. He nailed it.
Yeah, that was a good show.
He couldn't have done that any better in 2019. Fucking deserved that.
1 year ago, you had 9 bands play your club.
Which time?
Well, it showed up on your Facebook today. You had 9 bands 1 year ago today.
And there were
how
10
the fuck
yesterday.
did you do 9 bands?
Hold on, I did not do 9 bands. That's what we had Rachel for. Everybody knows that. Well, everybody loves Rachel.
Is she a Polar Pop girl?
No. She's just into it. Love you, Rachel.
I'm gonna. Hi, Rachel. I haven't met you. I don't think. So, Michael X. Christian's moving back. The singer for that tribute band, Misery Machine, the Marilyn Manson tribute band, a band you both of us like, and I don't like tribute bands at all. When I was just talking to your buddy here,
that's Shipley.
You do original music, yet people come out in droves in Chicago to see tribute bands, but they won't go see a fucking band playing original music. It upsets me. Like, okay, Michael does a really good Manson, really good. So I like the show.
But at this point, especially the thing with him is he plays a lot of the Manson that Manson no longer plays.
True. Yep.
So you get to see an authentic. I mean, even the Twiggy spot fucking on. You get to see something that you maybe never will get to see because he gives you a different perspective on it, and he does it just as accurately, and that's why Misery Machine's fucking fantastic.
But tribute bands, if it was like a band that's dead, a band that's no longer around, like the Doors, I'd see that. I get that. Even a Stones tribute band, I could, if they did the 60s Stones and got into character. But you've got like local guys getting up there in their street clothes playing covers of a band, don't even get into the image. And it just irritates me that a guy like him can't pack a house like a Foo Fighters tribute band. And Foo Fighters are huge.
You also just described Leonard Skinner, basically.
How's that?
A bunch of guys just stand there in
And
random
street clothes,
clothes
yeah.
that have nothing to do with the band whatsoever.
I love Skinner, man. I didn't really understand that until I got older, but as a teenager, I wasn't into them. But when I grew up and really started listening to music, they're good.
That song Simple Man weirds me the fuck out.
Yeah, why is that?
I mean, everybody knows that song. They think it means something, which it absolutely does not. It's a conversation literal between mother and son.
Okay.
Number one, if you picture the mother saying these things to her son, it's so awkward that, no. Sit beside me, my only son. Listen closely to what I say, and if you do it, I'll help you some sunny day. Oh, yeah. No mom ever fucking said that, you lying pieces of shit. But there comes a part in this conversation where the mom goes, ooh, baby, and that weirds me the fuck out, them Florida mother-touching motherfuckers. I can't do it.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like they throw in that daddy shit with more now, I'll throw you out a fucking window.
So speaking of friends moving back, Yvette Lyra's moving back in March, and I'm going to play her an older song that she did called Black Lodge, and we'll show the video on the YouTube show. So if you are a YouTube person, you can watch this great music video. This also gives time to Cass can reboot that camera. So this is Yvette Lyra. This song is Black Lodge. She's a good friend of ours. We're going to have her on the show, and you're listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast. Black Lodge. It's a holiday weekend.
Now,
you brought me a present.
In 2020, though, can we still call it that, or do we have to call it like African American Lodge?
Fuck. No, it's Black Lodge based on.
I just don't want to offend anybody, man.
No, Black Lodge is inspired by David Lynch and Twin Peaks. Yvette Lyra looks like a David Lynch woman. I can't wait to have her on the show. She's an old friend, and that song is old.
Alex, you can't say Lynch after you say Black History Month.
You can't say what? I said wench?
No, Lynch.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to do that either.
Are you that guy that says, grab her right by the pussy? Look at you.
I am not.
You're friends with that guy.
Fred, yeah. Fred's a good time.
Yeah, he is. That's man, when I first saw that shit, so for people who don't know, explain this guy.
It was
grab her right by the pussy.
In 2013, if I'm wrong, it was 14, but I think it was 2013.
This guy, okay, this is great.
I'm wanting to say it was the second most Googled thing on Earth that year, only behind Kim Kardashian. And it was a fake news clip where the woman, okay, so the guy grabs the mic and goes, fuck her right in the pussy, and it cuts out. The guy looks a lot, I guess, like I do exactly right now.
Oh, I remember that.
Allegedly.
There was a lot of copycats after that did it for real.
Oh,
so
my
he
God.
inspired, like droves of people would go up to reporters when they're reporting and grab the microphone and say, grab her right by the pussy. It was fucking I watched that loop. I'd never laughed so fucking hard of all the imitators.
Oh, and they get so pissed.
And you had this guy at your club, and you had license plate made.
Yeah, the license plate of my truck is FHRITP.
Grab it right by the pussy.
Yeah, after you had me tell that Walmart story, or one of the other episodes that I was on.
Yeah.
And right after that, that character Earl did a series of videos with Fred where we ran for president together.
Okay.
Then, a weird fact, I'm actually the only other one that's done videos with him. You know, side by side. They never took off. They're kind of funny.
I turned
but
the last date I went on.
It was worth doing anyway.
The last date I went on with this Italian broad, I turned her onto your YouTube page.
Is that the first one also, by the way?
Turned her onto your YouTube page, yeah. And she's like a huge fan now. She's like, I love this fucking guy. She's watched all your pranks.
Oh, man. Getting rid of her immediately. She's no good if she's into me.
She's all right. She's all right. She got a Checkers in her neighborhood. They don't have one in Bradley anymore.
No, it just closed.
What the fuck?
I've never been to it. Sorry.
You're the reason.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I got Taco Lady, man. I can't cheat on Taco Lady. That's my shit.
It looks good. I haven't had it yet. Can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it.
It's bullshit because it's one of those things where I feel like I should be telling everybody, oh, this is the best goddamn blah, 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 because that's what I'm supposed to do. So the fact that I literally feel that way and it's way better than I say it is makes me not even want to talk about it, if that makes any sense.
A little bit.
Yeah, because I just feel like people look at me like, yeah, I'm sure they're great, white guy. No, they're the best fucking tacos ever. And
I'm excited.
They really are.
The barbecue is fucking damn good, man.
It was.
And I'm a barbecue fanatic, and I had those guys from the Bikers come down.
And by the way, Bull, if anybody knows Bull, he's still doing catering shit, so you can hit him up directly for that. His name's Ryan Wilder, if you want to look him up online.
Yeah, it was a good barbecue, man. Really, Dave Lawson, the singer for Electric Revolution, said, "I eat barbecue all over the country. This is fucking good." It was, it's fantastic. That brisket was the best.
Oh my God, I was talking about it last night because I think we're gonna have them cater our Christmas party. We're a little behind. We show up late to our own Christmas parties. I don't know what you want to call that.
Well, your buddy hasn't showed up. Like Preston Lacey didn't come this past year.
No, he couldn't though. So
He's shooting, right?
You know, they're doing Jackass 4 right now.
Right. That's why none of them could be there because they were all busy. So it was just one of those, well, fuck it.
So is Adrian. Adrian's busy. He couldn't make it either.
How much longer has he got still?
Well, if it's by the books, another year and a half. Fuck. Can you imagine him on this fucking show? That'd just be a fuck. That guy's on 10 all the time.
Yeah, I know. You have to get a stepping stool so we can get to the mic.
Stands up on shit. God, when you got the guys did the Burt Reynolds thing, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I missed that little shit.
Hey, Adrian, contact us. Fucking write us.
We miss you.
Yeah, we miss him a whole lot.
Yeah, and it was the damnedest thing. He wasn't with him or anything, but I was at the Forge one night for Nonpoint, and we were standing by some friends, and this little like white midget walks by, and they were all like, "Oh my God, isn't that the neatest thing?" Making the biggest fucking deal out of it possible. And no sooner does that one walk by this way, Adrian comes through this way and looks at me and goes, "My brother!" And he comes up and gives me a hug, and I was like, "Huh, what up now?"
Man, what a fucking blast. There's nothing like hanging out with that guy, dressing, doing our bandstand shit, and wearing the train in Chicago. We like owned the fucking Red Line. Even the fucking homeless left. Fucking.
Which was nice of them, you know, if you really think about that.
The homeless?
Yeah.
I wish they would do that in the mornings when I go to work. So let's play this bit and we'll come right back.
Every great day starts with a cup of get the fuck out of bed coffee from Martin Atkins and Matter Coffee. Go to darkmattercoffee.com. Look for the big red logo that says get the fuck out of bed. America runs on damage, and it all starts with a cup of get the fuck out of bed coffee. There are 10 commandments and there are 7 deadly sins, but there is only one MK Ultra magazine. Visit us daily online at www.mkultramagazine.com for entertainment news, reviews, and interviews. mkultramagazine.com, home of Alexander's Diary of a Damn Man. That's mkultramagazine.com.
Yeah, I've been posting more Diary of a Damn Man shit lately because life always gets exciting after the fucking holidays, which are depressing as hell for me. And one of the first things that we've got coming up is Chicana Fest. And one of the people that I met through Nick, his bartender,
Miss
Heather Wagner, is playing. This is fucking exciting. Mystery Actions are playing. 2 bands from this show are getting on that.
Do you have the lineup, Andy, by chance? I haven't seen the whole lineup.
Yeah.
Heather was just excited.
He's still on
so
bands.
I'm
Yeah, I'll bring
excited.
it up. So ChicanaFest.com.
That makes sense.
His website now.
Women, you know?
Yeah, the website went live this weekend. He had the local alderman, Eric. So enough is enough, of course.
Okay.
Well, you can't have weed without chips enough.
Monk 9, that's my buddy Tom, the one I was telling you about with the Batmobile Shipley. That's his band. Okay. We were talking about, he's got the Batmobile that he rents up in Oak Lawn. It's got a Facebook page, Oak
Mystery
Lawn
Actions.
Batmobile rental.
Yeah, Heather Wagner. This is, so if I get Electric Revolution on there, we'll have the fucking MK Ultra bill.
Dirty MF. MF must stand for
Maynard Ferguson, the trumpet player, Maynard Ferguson. My Metal Heart. I don't know. Mystery Actions, though. Did you see that fucking picture of them at the House of Blues? Nick, I got to show you this.
All right.
This is the best rock and roll picture I've seen in years. And it's fucking 4 broads, or 4 chicks. Can you say that? Which one can you say? Anyway, they played the House of Blues with the Addicts, and they played the other night with the Addicts in Wisconsin, a sold-out show. Okay, here we go. Look at this fucking shot, dude. That's fucking rock and roll. Mystery Actions. Look at that.
Damn.
Fucking drummer flying through the air, and then this is the drummer.
Go back to...
Check this one. Here's the drummer.
That wasn't a photo shoot. That was actually
that's at the House of Blues. Yeah. So there's the drummer in Wisconsin 2 nights ago.
Can you send me a link to that dude's photography page? Patrick Houdey. I want to check him out later.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, you've got good photographers. Oh, you know this guy?
Patrick? No, by the way, know him, but you should always credit your photographers.
Same guy right there.
By the way, while you're talking about photographers, Cassie, in the very beginning, you said something about how you were shooting over at Reggie's and how it's not always ideal. And right away, I wanted to ask, but then we went right into the show. Like, what would make it the situation more ideal for you?
Front lighting, more front lighting, because when it's all back lighting, you get more silhouettes and I mean, you always have to boost your ISO for like concerts, but obviously more lighting that's on the person on
constant
performer.
or moving acceptable.
I mean, moving's acceptable too because you do flash a lot. But if it's all like backlighting, I was at a show last night and like at Bottom Lounge, there's a lot of backlighting too. My friend stepped up because there's too much lighting for
What
them.
about while you're there? You know, from the moment you get to the venue to the moment you leave, like what makes your night better or worse?
Definitely a barricade.
Yeah.
That helps.
Get in between the stage and the people.
Yeah, and
You're shit out of
definitely
luck there with
good
me.
front lighting is good. But obviously, like bigger venues are gonna have like great lighting and stuff
Right.
like that. But yeah, just for smaller ones, just better front lighting.
Got you. The more you know.
So yeah, it's a holiday weekend.
I speak jive. I love that. Like that needs to be a song that I could just play.
Fucking
It's
airplane.
in the intro. Shipley's
Yeah.
looking at me all crazy. He didn't get to hear the show's intro.
Oh yeah. Mark sampled airplane. The old woman that's translating the Ebonics. At the time, it wasn't called Ebonics though. Back then, it was called Black Dialect. Did you know that? Oh no, I'm actually
No, I
older
didn't,
I'm actually
actually.
older than you. So yeah, and when I was in high school, we studied it. It was called Black Dialect, and black people couldn't get jobs because they couldn't or wouldn't speak proper English. So now it's Ebonics, and it's a second language in the United States. This is true. That's why it's Ebonics, and this is why back in the 70s and 80s, you couldn't get a job if you said ax instead of ask, and
I didn't know that was a thing at
yeah,
all.
$3.29.
Fucking A, I didn't know I was bilingual.
So what's happened lately, man? You tell us some good stories sometimes. You got any good ones?
Oh my God. I've got a million good ones. You just gotta get me into them. So
Something recent. What's something fucking ridiculous that's happened, or
something ridiculous that's happened recently.
if you have one? I know it's wintertime. It's cold.
All right. Well, nobody would ever believe this shit. I can't even believe I'm about to say this out loud.
Go ahead.
Boy.
Yeah. Oh boy. Right. I have a fucking girlfriend.
I saw that Nick Huffman's in a relationship.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Shit.
Now I'm wondering, who is this woman?
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm assuming
Goddamn.
I'm assuming it's a woman. I shouldn't
yes.
do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. That's
Definitely, Alex. That's
bad. Assuming.
confirmed.
Well, he said he has a girlfriend.
So yeah.
Yeah.
who's-
No, it's actually Ari's fault in a weird way.
Ari Lehman.
Yes, because random Nick fact, I've never been to a drive-in movie, and it drives me fucking crazy.
Oh man, really?
It
Really?
drives me fucking nuts. Every year, some random asshole promises they're gonna take me. They never fucking do.
There's one not too far from you. I've been to the Harvest Moon. It's awesome.
I've been to
Right.
drive-ins.
Right. I ended up meeting in the process of the story. I'll tell you this story actually. Then, Will, I believe Haroun is how you pronounce it. Haroun is the dude who owns that. They keep it in the family. It's one of the top 10 in the United States.
It's great.
From what I gather. He actually came into the bin and talked to me because I'd worked something out with him where Ari was going to do on Friday the 13th back in September. Like a meet and greet, a Q&A, and that kind of bullshit after doing the original Friday the 13th at the drive-in, because if I booked that, I knew I would go. and then that would make me finally go to a fucking movie.
No longer be a
I
drive-in
know how
virgin.
I know how to break Nick's head, and that's how I got to do it. Well,
They've
then-
got the greatest
then-
concession stand.
Well, then Slayer dropped Riot Fest that weekend, and me and Ari were like, "Fuck," because Ari had to get pulled. I think they call it Blairstown now, which was where the original Friday the 13th was filmed. It's a museum. He got called up there that weekend, so it just didn't really work out anyhow. But prior to all that, I put out this like Facebook thing saying, "Hey, if you're into horror movie shit, comment on this because I've got something pretty neat that I think you'll be into." Well, somebody, oddly enough, that has a crush on her, tags her in this shit, like, hey, babe, check this out, horror movie stuff. And then she hit me up, and she's like, what up? And
She likes horror movies.
oh, fucking A.
That's a good sign.
Right. Right, that's 3/4 of half the battle.
You know what's great about down there where the Harvest Moon is? There's also a fucking trashy bowling. There's also a trashy bowling alley in that neighborhood. You can make a day of it, man.
Is there a classy one in any neighborhood?
Diversity Bowl here, which is pretty awesome. But no, but the one...
I think I did a comedy show there, maybe, called
Diversity Bowl?
No, it was Rockin' Bowl.
Yeah, it's Rockin' Bowl, but it's at the
That's the same
Bowl.
place.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The place is awesome. I love that place. I fucking love it. But yeah, but this drive-in, the Harvest Moon, I mean, it's the real... I grew up at the drive-in. My dad ran plates there, so we got to go free. We saw 3 movies a week. And they have the best concession stand. It's all like retro 70s. It's so fucking cool. The lines are like ridiculously long. It's well worth it. It's worth the trip, man. The place is awesome. I could see you like doing something there, big time. Yeah, that's funny that you already knew about it. I was talking to Emily and Heather. I'm like, is there a drive-in down by you guys? They mentioned that place, and I've been to it.
Yeah, I never have, but I've tried working something out with them this year. Definitely,
I've got their bumper sticker on my fridge. That's how much I love this place.
So,
do you really?
How did that?
And my tickets.
How did the comments lead into a relationship?
Yeah.
So, see, this is the best shit ever. So she sends me immediately this picture of her covered in blood. It's hot as fuck. I mean, hot, period, space, as, period, space, fuck, all caps. Goddamn. And I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. And then she's like, I'm into horror movie stuff. And then 2 hours later, she was standing next to me painting some shit. She painted a ram that fucked my cat. I made up that last part to some degree, but...
Smoking weed at all?
Well, no, I mean, that's a true story. If you don't believe me, just ask me.
So you guys hung out and painted together?
Yes, ma'am.
I like that.
You've been doing a lot of painting lately.
That's cool.
I have, actually. And, you know,
So
when
she
we
likes
were doing...
horror and art?
Yeah.
You know that...
Another quarter to your half.
That's almost 50.
Are you going to come to Chicana Fest?
What's the date of it?
The April 9th through the 11th.
Okay, we're going to look in my phone right damn now.
It's Easter weekend, the
You
Thursday,
know it.
Friday,
You
and
know it's the
Saturday.
same guy that puts on SexCon, and I ran into you at SexCon once.
I just got my shirt replaced.
Oh, no fucking way.
Yeah, and I got
Moon
paint
cricket.
all over the motherfucker.
He had this moon cricket shirt on. I about fucking pissed my pants. He walks up. He didn't have a beard back then.
No.
But I'd met him within the 6 months before that. And he walks up and I see him there, and he had this shirt, just moon cricket. I had to get a picture of it. I still have it. It's fucking, I'm like, I can't believe it. And there was some fucking, there was like 90% black people there, and you're wearing that fucking shirt.
Well, yeah.
Moon cricket's a racist slur for blacks.
Well, I mean, if you're racist.
Down south.
I learn new stuff every week.
Like you said, if you're racist.
Us younger people don't talk about.
Should even knew what coon was. When Deb was talking about her last name and getting made fun of in school, Cassie didn't know that coon was a racial slur if you're racist.
Because, I mean, I'm assuming that, as time goes on, people become less and less racist, which is a fucking great thing. So you don't talk about that stuff, which is another great thing. So I don't know all this stuff.
You know, I was talking about this not that long ago, that I feel very grateful to grow up how I did, I guess, and in the era that I did. Because growing up, it was way the fuck different than it is right now.
I can imagine.
And, I remember, there were only three black kids in our kindergarten, and each of them, when they started, were introduced as the new black student by our teacher.
That's how they introduced
That's
them?
how the fuck it was back then. I can't even imagine that. Being a thing. No, that's...
It's like,
right.
Hey, here's the 3 new gay kids. It's like saying that.
Right, and I remember people being tormented over that. Now nobody fucking cares, and it's great. I actually love the fact that I got to watch it get turned around properly, if that makes sense. Like, I'm glad I got to see it.
Yeah, things progress.
When it wasn't good at all.
Oh, when I grew up, Jesus. When I grew up in the 70s,
I mean, I guess
grew up in
that
the
is
country.
something that we do got to look at nowadays. Things have been getting
I think,
better.
a lot of people act like it's really bad right now.
Oh,
And it's not.
No.
It's absolutely
I think
not.
social
People
media
I
I
don't-
shows
like,
a
being able
lot
to, I
more.
like being able to have the context to know the difference.
I like the word. I hate the word woke, but I like that people are becoming more.
I just
Woke.
As a rule of thumb,
Yeah,
You know-
Cassie, exactly.
as a rule of thumb, every time somebody says they are, I just assume they're not.
True.
You know.
So it's April 9th to the 11th, and the following weekend. So Cassie's going to be my co-host that weekend. We've got Dale shooting the bands, and hopefully, if
I don't have anywhere I've got to be, and I'm not booking a show the 10th. I know
Cassie
that.
has a friend that does splits named Amanda, if she shows up and kind of hold down the fort, but we're going to have like a lizard lounge
She
booth.
does other things too.
What? Other than splits?
Yeah.
I can't
She's
get
living,
that.
breathing human. She does lots of things.
She does what?
She's great art. You've never seen
Oh,
her
yeah.
paintings or
Oh,
anything
yes,
like
of
that?
course. I've always come
She
on
made
them.
this little sculpture of a little baby Groot. So cute.
Fucking Groot.
Wait until you see her baby Groot, and then you'll be like, okay,
I don't even like
changed my
that
mind.
talking raccoon thing, man. Rocket. I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Baby Groot?
Groot. What's it? Kept saying Groot. That's all it says. Fuck that thing. A talking piece of tree and a fucking raccoon with a
Talking
with a,
piece of tree and a raccoon.
yeah, on fucking superhero movies. They had to mix that in with the fucking Avengers. Ugh. The only
Guardians
good
of the
thing
Captain
about,
Galaxies.
I like that alien, the Asian one,
Remember that?
the Jap that was the with the
Alex,
antennas.
You can't say Jap, man.
I mean, whatever.
Alien chick?
What's her name? Mantis. She's hot. She's really hot. That's the only thing I liked about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Groot.
Fucking Groot. So she made a Groot. Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Yeah, you should see the artwork she does. She's a great painter. She drew me one time. She does great things.
You know
And
what we're
she's-
gonna do a little bit, by the way? Trivia. I'm gonna let Nick and Cassie ask me. It's Kiss trivia.
I don't like to read. Who does that anymore?
So, but we're gonna play a song first, and this is the new song. Just was mixed yesterday by Naja, our executive producer Mark Williams. He put a new song together for us, and we're gonna play it, and we're gonna debut it here on the MK Ultrasound podcast. And this thing is screwed up. If this is another one. This thing's tie tripped over. Yeah. Okay. And it's called Victory or Death, and you listen to the MK Ultrasound podcast.
I am known to have some expertise in the realm of witchcraft and the occult. We can discuss my imperfectly suppressed fascination with everything dark and evil another time.
Thought consumed, I don't know where to begin. Libido-driven, lust-stricken, I'm in a tailspin across myself and step out on the ledge. There's something about her that pushes me over the edge. It's a loss, I can't lose her again. My sights are set to redefine the original sin. She's in a world I could never understand. Build the nerve to speak to her again. You catch her eye from across the hall. She returns against the one you driven while she's all girls. You cuss under your breath. Like us little baby now. Victory or death. Bring me to my knees, I'll repent my sins. Apple snakes, that was fun. Let's do it all again. Sin eater, sin maker, you consume my mind. Devour damage till the end of time. You catch her eye from across the hall. She returns against the log you driven while she's all cursed. You cuss under your breath. Life is new me now.
It's the new song from Nadja, and you heard it here first on the MKULTRASOUND project. Yeah.
Blueberry pancakes.
I said project. I said, who the fuck is that? Your girl?
That's the one I was telling you. She sent right away.
God damn, I'd eat it. I'm looking at
ma'am.
I'm looking at the food vendors for Chicana Fest, and what's not added on here is he just got the Bill Murray, that restaurant out at Rosemont, the Caddyshack theme restaurant. They're gonna vend at Chicana Fest. So.
Yay, vegan.
Yeah, of course they have to have vegan because they'll offend people.
Justine's vegan too.
Nick, so
yes,
tell us a story. You got a book.
Did I ever tell you guys a story about the time I accidentally fucked a vacuum cleaner?
No. Walmart?
No, Alex. That's
inappropriate.
So if you haven't caught on, I have horrible fucking ADD. I always have.
I wanted to ask you. Here's something I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know this until Heather played last Saturday at the Majestic.
Okay.
You booked David Allan Coe there.
Yeah.
You made a little bit of money.
Okay.
That's like
that's the night you signed
looks
that
like
guitar,
it looks like a beautiful venue, by the way. The Majestic.
It really is.
That's in Kankakee?
Yeah.
And so tell us about how you got Coe in there, how you paid everybody, of course.
For sure.
And so you made money. I mean, that's amazing for that part from Illinois. It's the middle of nowhere.
I mean, I got a good deal. I did on David. I didn't get charged for the room at all. And even if I had to pay what I was supposed to for David, I would have still done great. That's back when Facebook had that select all option when you had event invites.
Oh yeah,
and
that's nice.
Missed that.
Yeah, because remember, every event was always packed all the fucking time. Yeah, then they take away your...
Now you got to pay.
Yeah, you got to pay for everything now.
Sucks.
Yeah, then you have to pay, and then you have to fucking stereotype your friends while you pay to target them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've
It's
been learning.
ridiculous,
I've been learning these ads right now, and because we've been doing a lot with them with the Bloody Marys and shit. And you literally have to look at your target audience and go, okay, if I were the cops, how could I not legally describe these people? And that's the parameters that I need to put in to sell to them.
Yeah.
Like when I had Doug Stone, that country show that Heather opened.
That was last week.
You bet your sweet ass I targeted Walmart customers. I'm not stupid.
I mean,
I asked her what it was like to play there. She just loved it. She's a cool fucking chick, man. She's fucking cool.
She killed it live. She fucking crushed it live.
She's got the pipes.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit how well she does on stage for not having stage time, you know?
I'm looking forward to it. She's going to be at Chicana Fest. It's going to be, how many things, my association with Nick Huffman, it's just not my professional life, but my personal life, it's affected greatly. I've got I love the people down there. I love the people in Kankakee County that I've met through you. Those people, the power. What are those girls called again? Pop. What are those girls? The hookers.
They're your sons. They're
you
your
say
daughter.
polar...
Sons.
Polar Pop girls.
That's somebody's child.
But ever since I met Nick, I've got so many connections with people, and it's kept this show alive. I mean, Emily's a regular. That's just
Emily's great on here. She does a really good job.
She is good on here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have her on the 16th when she's back from New York. We're gonna talk about her adventure there. She started doing the video thing. I've been telling her, I'm like, you need to do a video diary. So she just started doing a video diary, and people love it. She just I'm like, tell people what you're doing. Tell people what's going on. You do all these trips. Talk about it. So she finally did it, and it's blowing up.
What's it on? And
this
is the first time
Instagram and
Facebook.
Facebook. Instagram and Facebook. She just started it, and she's like, Alex, you're right. I'm like, fuck yeah. So hey, let's play Kiss Trivia.
All right.
Let's play Kiss Trivia after we do this spot.
Here's a little bit of random Nick trivia.
Okay.
I flew out to Vegas once with only 2 plans. 1, to go to dinner with my buddy, and 2, to go play Kiss mini golf.
Want a killer look without breaking your wallet? Try Killer Beards. All beard products are made with natural ingredients to stop beard dandruff and itching before it starts while giving you a smooth, silky beard that smells amazing. Choose from 5 amazing scents that will have everyone saying,
Wow, that's a killer beard and it sure does smell good.
Also available are shampoo and bars of rough cut soap. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy at etsy.com/shop/Killer Beards. That's Killer Beards. Use the discount code MKUltra20 for 20% off. That's MKUltra20.
So, Nick, you're no stranger to haters. And anytime you do anything that strikes the radar of the public, you got people who hate you. People don't like seeing people succeed at anything. So, Chicana Fest,
I know
there's this guy who just,
there's
this
people
guy
like to be mad.
who did a podcast about this podcast. He did a whole 1 hour talking about this podcast because calling Larry a scammer and all this shit. Larry's got videos of him with Alderman. This guy's saying Larry's from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. He's taking people's money, and the event's not going to happen.
Somebody being from Wisconsin, that's fucked
and
up.
This guy, it's ridiculous. And then he put a meme about Larry, making fun of him. And he blew me up. When I was out with Stacy yesterday at lunch, 38 times this guy's hit me about Larry. So there's a fucking guy who did a show about us, and we had an Asian girl on the show. He called us racist because I played that thing. Oh, you're Chinese, you're Japanese. He's like, so you know what he called me? Rosie O'Donnell.
I mean, I get it. So what about this Asian girl?
Yeah, she's hot.
She's vegan.
Justine.
I like her.
She's Filipino. Yeah, she's a flip. She's fucking gorgeous. And
damn it.
She dressed like a weed nurse on the show. So I think that next Sunday we're going to have them on and we're going to slam this guy. He spent an hour talking about our show and called us racist because Tycoon's last name is Coon. And he called that racist. That's her last fucking name. So we're going to...
I mean, I don't think Thai freaking American really flows properly.
You're listening to the MKUltraSound podcast. Please feel free to contact us at podcast@mkultramagazine.com.
Can you say Afro-American anymore? Remember when Kramer said that when he's apologized? He said, I didn't mean to offend Afro-Americans. Can you say Afro-American now?
I just pictured it in my head to the theme of that old Hulk Hogan song in the 80s. I am an Afro-American.
Hulk Hogan. You love wrestling, man.
Old wrestling, yeah, back when it was real.
I liked Chief Jay Strongbow, Billy White Wolf, Superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund, the Sheik. Oh my God, Heart Punch.
Okay, the original Sheik before the Iron Sheik.
The Polish Hammer. Oh, I loved old with Classy Freddie Blassie and the Grand Wizard.
The Grand Wizard.
Remember the Grand Wizard wrestling? He was like,
no.
Oh yeah, he was Superstar Billy. Well, Superstar Billy Graham had hair. Yeah, yeah, he's some Jewish guy that died. So let's play Kiss Trivia. Cassie, you want to ask me the first question?
What are we winning or losing or?
No, just see if I lose.
Where was the first Kiss album recorded?
Fuck. Bell Sound Studios.
Yep.
Fuck. Nick?
I'm just trying to find a question that is interesting real quick.
Can you believe I know that?
I don't know anything about them.
In 1993, which 3 of Kiss's band members were inducted into Hollywood's Rock Walk of Fame?
93 would have been...
93, which 3 Kiss band members were inducted into Hollywood's Rock Walk of Fame?
That's kind of a trick question, but I got it. It was Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and Bruce Kulick. Am I right? It's a trick question because
Gene, Paul, and Bruce. Yes.
Yeah. Cassie.
Paul Stanley's car was set on fire by a jealous girlfriend in Reason to Live video. What kind of car was it?
Oh fuck. Ferrari. What was it?
Porsche.
Okay. Nick.
What was the first new car that Paul Stanley purchased?
Fuck. Oh, when they got money? Well, he's Jewish, so he probably didn't go over the top. Did he buy a Mercedes?
I'll flip this card and tell you all, people.
Paul Stanley, ladies and
A
gentlemen.
Chevy Corvette.
Ah, so 70s.
Such a basic white girl.
All right, last
Paul
question.
Stanley.
Gene wrote a song called Plaster Caster about a groupie artist.
We know her.
Yes.
Where is she from?
Chicago. Nick gives me that. I saw his eyes light up. We know her. Cynthia. She's fucking great. All right, Nick, you get the last one. That's, you know how I met her? Through the Romantics. The band The Romantics, who I love. All right, last question.
That girl's got, I mean, I wouldn't want that job. Who played the guitar solo and I Stole Your Love?
Paul Stanley.
That was a trick. It was Paul Stanley and
Ace Frehley.
Yes, they plugged in Ace.
Can you believe it? Hey, man. Thanks for coming on. Show everybody what you brought with you. You brought party favors.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this thing. It looks like a doctor's kit. That's a lot. That's all road weed. That's all fucking road weed, man.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, that way it's ready to go, you know?
So, what's a really good show we should get excited about coming to Looney Bin?
Well.
Mystery Actions?
There's all kinds of good shit coming up, man. But there really fucking is. The band-wise, just in the next couple weeks, we got Flaw coming in. Righteous Vendetta's coming in. Another Lost Year on Valentine's Day. That's going to be their first tour in a year and a half. It kicks off here. For the pro wrestling shows, which are some of the coolest pub fucking shows. This is a story I'll tell you. And I'll put into context why I like these pro wrestling shows, okay?
Okay.
If you're starting out as a brand new comic, the hardest part is establishing yourself as a character, okay? Making yourself a thing. Those guys are already a thing. They already have an audience. They already have people that have bought into them. They just can no longer perform at what they were intended to do originally. But the guys who like the road, they found another way to travel, which is by doing these shows. It's not stand-up comedy, but these guys are already characters. They have all of those things. We just have to inject them with those things that make people want to see them. You know what the life of being on the road of a pro wrestler was like? Holy shit, those guys have stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now, one of the stories that Jake the Snake told at the Hobart Art Theater, he didn't tell this one at the bin, but he told it the next night. He said the first pair of fake titties that he ever felt was back in the 80s. And that's back when they were just beach ball feeling fake titties. You didn't have the real ones yet.
Softies.
Yeah, it was the ones where you grab them and
real
it's like, you know, you get it.
Yeah, they're hard. They suck.
Yeah, but I mean, they're whatever. They still taste the same. Allegedly.
It's true, yeah.
I usually... So now he's playing with these titties, and this girl sucking his dick in the back of this car. Now, he said he was about to come faster than he ever had prior, and he says, oh shit, and he shoves his hand down her pants, and when he does, he accidentally grabs a hold of her big, stiff 7-inch cock. And Jake the Snake stops and goes, this motherfucker had a perfect set of tits and a big 7-inch cock. God's a real fucking asshole, isn't he? And he goes, so what do you do? And he said, well, my daddy always said you wasn't queer if you beat him up afterwards, so I came in his mouth and I kicked his fucking ass.
That's a good one, man.
That's a great fucking story.
Fuck yeah.
Now, those are the kind of stories you hear on pro wrestling nights. So I get a little excited when those shows come along. We've got Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming.
Yep.
We have him coming to our venue.
What's that?
We have him coming to our venue.
Yep. Mike Stricker booked that run.
Yeah.
He's always the glue for that kind of shit. That's why you see him 5,000 times at every show.
I got to plug that Angela Denk and Mark Williams are working on a huge story for us about the revival of industrial music right now, because Ministry's doing a huge tour with Frontline Assembly and KMFDM, and Nine Inch Nails just got a fucking, Grammy. Shit's really happening with industrial music. So Mark and Angela have been working really, really hard on this story. I guess it's going to be epic. I'm getting shit filtered through me all the time. But I just want to say, looking forward to doing this and having them on. If I can get Mark in the city, him and Angela to come on the show and talk about it. And Mark has always wanted to see the Looney Bin. And I said, well,
what's wrong with him?
He's from Baton Rouge.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm definitely bringing him down there and tear it up. But that's it. I want to thank Nick for coming in. Cassie, thanks for sitting here. Thanks for the ride, dude. Get your band on Chicana Fest. Name's Larry Gunas, who we're going to reach out to.
They're playing in a couple weeks, the 15th or something, right?
Yeah, 15th. I've got another show.
We're at Mom's Place.
It's your mom's? Anyway, click subscribe, please. We really need your fucking support. Just follow us on SoundCloud. Please like us on Facebook, and please subscribe on YouTube. It's free. Cassie puts like 10 hours of editing in every week, and if you want to see this show get better, like us more. Love you. We'll be back next week.
The hair list.
Nick, thanks. We'll see you soon.
From the north end of the Mississippi River in Chicago, Illinois, to the south end in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you've been listening to the MKULTRASOUND podcast with your host, Alexander, with our special videographer, Cassandra Belazik, and I'm your executive producer, Too Dark. Tune in for the next episode to see exactly what's going to happen next. You've been listening to the MKULTRASOUND podcast.